Welcome back, everyone. Today is our Sunday service. I'm Kalani Das. This is Music Mindfulness, a community service of Kalani music via the World Drum Club YouTube channel. Thanks for being here. If you're new, welcome. I usually play some music, do some live looping, and then I give a little talk, and then I play some more music. Today's theme, spiritual wealth. So what is that? My definition or my description of spiritual wealth is the capacity to connect with and embody and embrace and represent that connection to Source. Some people might call it the Great Spirit. Some people might say God. There's lots of names, doesn't really matter the label we put on it, but it's what does it look like in practice? Spiritual wealth to me means having the ability to stay calm through adversity, to not panic, to sense the deep connection to all that exists in the universe, and remember, keeping in mind that you are part of the universe. You're not in the universe. You are the universe. You are part of the universe. And while we're on that subject, something I've said before, I like to remind myself and others that the word universe, what does that mean? Now, of course, that goes back to the Greeks. What does that mean? Uni meaning one, verse meaning song, if you will. So the one song. So I think they were smart to put that into a musical context. So remembering that you are the universe, and therefore all of the spirit that, again, my definition of spirit is the animating force. It's very simple. It's the thing that moves everything. It animates. It turns a inanimate, and I know at the quantum level everything is moving. I understand that. But let's just say, for the sake of our discussion today, it's what animates, it's what turns earth, rocks, dirt, stuff, into animals, into animated parts of the earth. You're still part of the earth. You are still earth. You happen to be animated, which is amazing. And so keeping all that in mind, to me, and operating with that foundation of understanding, remembering that your beingness is part of the Big Bang. It's part of the explosion of life. You're at the cutting edge of evolution. How do we know that? It's self-evident. Spiritual wealth is also something that I believe you need to cultivate. You've got to start building your capacity early, as early as possible in life. Just like you need to start saving wealth. You need to build wealth over time. And you need to build health over time. And one doctor said, I thought it was very wise, he said, you can either build health, you can either bank health and use it later in life, or you can bank wealth. Either way, you're either going to be healthy or you're going to spend your money trying to stay healthy. So you can bank health just like you bank wealth. And I believe, again, my assertion for today is that you can bank spiritual wealth as well. And there are many ways to do that. I know some of you probably have a religious practice that you participate in. It might be weekly, it might be daily, it might be just during the holidays. And that's one way to do it. People have all sorts of ways to do it. Some people like to connect with nature. They like to be outside. Some people prefer to be inside. Some people prefer to be with lots of other people. Some people like rituals. They like going to a weekly event and being with like-minded people. Some people prefer to be on their own in nature and reflect and observe. There's lots of ways to get there. Many, many paths. I think mindfulness is part of it, because mindfulness reminds us that we are not the waves. We are not the surface of the water. We are the entire ocean. We do experience the waves on the top of the water, but we also experience or can experience and feel the very still depths of the ocean and that calm beauty, the elegance. So remembering that you are the universe, keeping that in mind. Other ways that I feel like I can bank spiritual wealth are through acts, responsive acts like forgiveness, kindness, gratitude, staying curious, remembering that when I think I know what something is, it's probably a sign that I've just stopped observing it. And I put a check mark in that box. Doesn't mean I know. It just means that I stopped looking at it. So if you remain curious and you remain humble, you can remain connected to what is, because the world is always changing. The universe is always changing, and you're part of the universe. You're always changing. Things are never the same. When we put check boxes on things and we say that we know what they are, yeah, I know that, I know them, what happens is we start to become disconnected because we're operating on old software, if you will, right? We're operating on presumptions, preconceptions, which often turn into misconceptions. So staying connected is a way that you can exercise your spiritual wealth. Having a practice that connects you with your senses. And I've talked about this many times before. In order to have a sensational life, pun intended, you need to connect with your senses. That's what you're here for. That's what having a life is. It's great to think about things and imagine things, but that's not reality. That's just the possibility of something. That's just an idea or a thought. So in order to actually be here now, the way we do that is through our experience, and the best way I know to do that is to rely on our physical experience. And I know that sounds maybe a little counterintuitive because I was talking about spirit, but wait a minute, but isn't spirit non-physical? No, actually spirit is absolutely physical, because the way spirit manifests is in the physical world. It's through what you see and touch and feel and taste and smell. It's through the physical world that the spirit reveals itself, manifests itself, and that's how you experience the world. You experience the world through your physical beingness, your senses. That's why so many practices of mindfulness rely on breathing, because that is a very personal, intimate experience. Think about breathing for a second. Eating and breathing are the two ways we actually take in our environment into our bodies. What could be more intimate than that? It's extremely, intimate, and it connects us with our environment. So mindful eating good food, connecting with vibrancy, food that has vitality, healthful food. That's one way we nurture ourselves. Breathing mindfully, slowly, deeply. It's not only good for us physically, but it helps us slow down, relax. You know all this. My message today is just to make the argument that those practices are part of the way to build spiritual health and wealth. On the spiritual side, you can have both. If you have any other kind and helpful comments, you could leave them in the comment area. There's so many ways to do it, my friends. I'm just mentioning a few, but I do appreciate those of you who, without judging others and without putting down others' practices or without proselytizing to others, suggest some things that we can all do to cultivate our spiritual wealth. One of the things that I argue that doesn't contribute to the spiritual well-being of everyone is when we engage in what I call religious bickering, competitiveness, religious competitiveness. To me, that's something that stops us from connecting to our own spiritual wealth and gaining spiritual wealth. So I just recommend not doing that. That's my advice. But you do whatever you want. But I recommend not spending a lot of time and energy on that. What I do recommend is spending your time paying attention, being present, nurturing yourself and those around you through kindfulness, through acts of loving kindness, giving people the benefit of the doubt, forgiving their trespasses, all the things that you learned in kindergarten, the way to treat people. So that's my message for today. It's pretty simple. I'm going to make some more music now for you. I'm using a variety of instruments I haven't used in a while. If you'd like to know more about the music, the instruments, you can meet me at patreon.com/Kalani, and you can support this series, this weekly series, Music Mindfulness, as well as take music lessons on flute and ukulele and drums and percussion. That's what I do as a professional. This is my amateur passion, which is why it's free for everyone. This is my gift, my tithing to my community because I care. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again because some of you are tuning in for the first time or you missed it when I said it in the past. And I really believe this. I know it sounds a little corny and maybe cheesy, but what I believe is that in a selfish way, I want to help other people do better because the world that I live in is not made of me, it's made of everything except me, right? My world consists of everything outside of myself. That's the world I experience, which includes you and includes everyone else. So if I only work on myself and I don't try to improve my environment, which includes you, that's not helping myself have a better world life experience because you and everyone else in my area, everyone else I run into, is my life experience. That's the world I get to live in. So I honestly want to help everyone feel better because I don't want people feeling terrorized by their lives and having struggles. That's what leads people to do really hurtful things to each other. So I do want to help my fellow man, my fellow woman, fellow humans, and the environment and everything in it because that's my world I get to live in, right? I hope that makes sense. If I only try to help myself and keep everything to myself, then I have to withdraw further to protect myself. But if I can help make my environment a better place, plant some seeds of food and flowers and friendship and kindness, if I can plant those seeds and nurture them, then they will grow, and that's the world I get to live in. That's my message and advice for today. And that means spiritual wealth for everyone. Because you know what, folks? It's endless. The quantity is endless. The quantity of kindness and love. If you give away love, what happens? Do you run out? No, you don't. It just more comes in to replace it. And it's like a well. The more you take out, the more it fills up, the more quickly, because you're opening up the tributaries, you're opening up the capillary action of that well, and you take water out, and the more you take out, the more quickly it fills, and the longer it will last. If you don't take it out, if you try to, you've got the faucet closed. It freezes up, it just goes bad. You've got to exercise that. So give away as much love and kindness as you can. Doesn't matter if it's reciprocal. You can say thank you, you're welcome, hello, to anybody. And if they don't say it back, it's okay. Just let it go, give it away. You're going to get more. You'll get as much as you need. I guarantee. It never runs out. Don't think that way. That's an illusion. There's enough for everyone. All right. I hope I'm still on the air. I'm seeing things on the screen. I don't know. I'm assuming I am. Let's go back to some music. Thanks again for tuning in today, everyone. I do appreciate it. If you'd like to connect with me more, you can do that at patreon.com/Kalani. Remember to visit the iTunes store or kalanidas.com. You can listen to episodes of the Evolve podcast over there. And you can send me an email through kalanimusic.com. Basically on YouTube mostly, not many other social media. I am on Facebook a little bit. I hope you guys have a great day. Think about ways you can cultivate spiritual wealth, spiritual health, so that you have it later in life, so you have it to give away, to spend as you want, and you're not having to figure it out at the last minute. All right. Thank you so much. I'll see you next time. Let's make some music. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. I'll see you next week.